I'm going to show you how to make an end screen for YouTube in iMovie. This was a requested video, so I want to say if you do have any videos you want me to do about iMovie or video editing, please post them in the comment section below. So this is super easy to do. It's basically like a 3-step process. One, you have to make the end screen, so I'm going to show you how to do that. The second thing is you have to import it into iMovie and make sure you pick the right settings and set it up correctly. And then the third step is to make sure you set up the YouTube end screen properly. So the first thing I'm going to do is have any picture that I want. It doesn't matter, you'll see why as I progress through this video. So I have this picture of just sunflowers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this picture. Like say I want to save this picture, so I'm just going to duplicate it. I'm going to call this end, right? It's going to be for the end screen. So after I duplicate it and name it what I want, I'm going to open it up. I'm using the preview editor and Mac. This is 100% free. And if you're using iMovie, I'm assuming you have a Mac. So again, this is all free, which is kind of cool. I'm going to go to tools and adjust size. And I'm going to uncheck this little lock right there. Now, depending on the quality of your video, this will determine what you should type in. But let's say if you're doing a video or bouncing out a video in 720, I'm going to do 1280 by 720. So I'm setting the resolution of what I want my end screen to be. If you're filming in 4K, it should be 3840 by 2160. So depending on your resolution is what you type in here. So in this case, I'm going to put it as 720. So it's going to look a bit distorted. I'm going to zoom out, and all I'm going to do is create a square. So I'm going to go up here, create a square. I'm going to fill in here and do this. And then I'm going to close out. So now as you can see, for my end screen, when I pull this back up now, it's in 720, which is the exact resolution that I want, and it's completely blank. It's almost like a blank canvas. So now you can basically type anything you want. This is where the creative process comes in. It's different for everybody. So let's say if you want to put pictures on here, if you want to have just text. For me, because I'm a DJ, all my end screens have like a little DJ controller with this kind of like unique lighting. So that's my personal end screen. But let's say you're like, all right, I'm just going to type something random. So let's say I want to do something like subscribe for more videos. I know, kind of basic, but just to show you an example. So I'll put this up here. I'm going to adjust this actually here. So this is exactly what I do. Put like 68, might fit it. Let's see. Nope. Try maybe 65. 64 is the magic number maybe. All right, so 64 looks like it looks good. So I'll just do something like that. I know it's super basic, but obviously just using this as an example. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save it and then close out. So now I have my end screen done. Again, I know this is super basic, but obviously I'm just using this as an example for this video. So now I'm going to go to iMovie, and as you can see, I have a video already loaded up right here. This is one I was doing on my YouTube analytics. So what I'm going to do, and this is very important, first thing is I'm going to bring it into the end, because obviously this is an end screen. We're purposely setting this up in a unique way for YouTube. So I'm going to bring in my end screen and put it at the end of the video. So once I bring this in here, I'm going to go up to click this, go to duration, and I'm going to type in 20. In case you didn't know, when it comes to an end screen, the main time of the end screen, or the maximum time, is 20 seconds. I always suggest doing that because it makes a lot more sense for people to see all the different end screen animations and basically what you have on the end screen. So I'm going to hit enter. Boom. So now I have the exact time duration. This is super important of the end screen on my video. One last thing I'm going to say in case you didn't know, you can only add end screens on videos that are 25 seconds or longer. I'm assuming if you're making YouTube videos, they're going to be way longer than 25 seconds, but I just want to say that in case you have like say a 10-second video. So once I have this here, again, my video is edited. I have the end screen at the end. I'm making sure it's exactly 20 seconds in terms of the duration of the end screen. I'm then going to bounce it out. So once I have my video bounced out, we're now ready to go to the uploading process, as you can see. So I'm going to do select the file. So I'll just pick one. All right, this is my video that I bounced out. And remember, the end screen's already set up. We already made it. So when it comes to now making the end screen on YouTube, because remember, we already made the end screen. We already put it in iMovie in the correct position and the correct time duration. Now we have to set it up. Now, first thing, when I'm basically doing all of this on YouTube, I have details. I'm going to do description, all this kind of stuff. I'm going to go to video elements. Now you cannot create an end screen on YouTube, as you can see here, until the standard definition of your video has been processed. So if you do go to this point and you're like, wait a minute, I can't do anything yet. Obviously, it's going to take a second. Sometimes for a big video that's like say in 4K, it can take a long time to process. In this case, because it's 720p, very, very short. So now if here I have add an end screen, I'm going to go to add. Now, after you do this, this now depends on what you want. Now, as you can see, the good thing is the maximum time of an end screen is 20 seconds. So as you can see here, the end screen automatically starts subscribe for more videos. So I might do this. I might go to element. Now, I have 4 different options here. I like doing, and this is what I do on all my end screens, I like doing subscribe in the middle. I think it's kind of cool. So people kind of get the idea like, oh, subscribe. So I also have that up here. So then I like to post 2 videos on my end screen that relate to my prior video or the video they just watched. So I'll go to video and I don't like doing most recent upload. I don't think that's a good idea, but I'll go to choose specific video. So I'll just pick anything random. So I'll do this video, for example. Again, I'm just picking random ones, but I like to put 2 videos side by side. So I'll just do another one just to show you, for example, like so. And then choose specific video. And let's say I'm like, all right, this video right here relates the most. And then I go up here. And as you can see now, when I go to play this, it's a static screen. I have these 2 here and then the subscribe option. Now, one last thing I'm going to say is if, let's say you're saying, oh, you got to watch this video next. Remember that psychologically, the more choices you give to somebody, the harder it is for them to make a choice. So if, let's say I'm like, oh, after you watch this video, make sure you watch this one video. It's super important. I'll only show one video. So I'll do something like this, maybe take the subscribe button, put it here. And that way there's only 2 options. They can either subscribe or go to this video. I can obviously adjust the size, which is very important too. So I might do this and say, all right, make sure you watch this video after this video. It's super important as it complements the video that you just watched.
Ba ba da da ba da ba da ba ba da da ba